Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I thought it'd be a good idea to make a video about a question I've been haunted by for 24 hours, and so I thought I'd bring it to you guys. So me and my wife were having dinner with some friends last night, and one of our friends was asking me about my job and my career and how that was going. And so I went through the rigmarole. Um, Look, it's hard. It's a variations of enjoyability go on. I was telling her about some challenges, and so she then looks at me in the face, as one would, and says, how does that affect your soul? What? What? How does that affect my soul? It's like, my gosh. I've thought about a lot of things in the difficulties in my career and job and everything like that, but never have I stared into the abyss that can be my inner mind and asked myself, is this good for my soul? That's just a next level question. I, like I am now, just started stammering, and I think just blabbed on for 20 minutes, not really answering the question, because I had never thought about that. I looked at my wife and I was like, well, do you have any thoughts? And she didn't have not necessarily anything to add either, but I was just blown away by that question and haunted by it, because although very hard, I think it is like a very good and poignant question to ask of myself, is in the difficulties of my career, or what I do mostly out of the year, is it actually good for my soul? Usually I filter that through, am I doing a good job, but also, is this making me a better person? Am I being a good person through this career, this job? I think it's mainly sourced through my value in my career, is like, am I doing something that's right and makes me a good person? That is subjective, which is interesting in and of itself, of whether I'm a good person or not in my career. Does it have an effect on my soul, though? Like, you can be a good person at work and work still not be good. Like, you can still have bad policies and bad managers and bad things. Like, your work doesn't inherently make you a good person. And like, I intellectually know that, but I think it's kind of the reason of you to reason myself to get up day to day, 9 to 5, many more hours after that, is, am I being a good person through this? And not looking at it as, how does this affect my soul? And I think, there are definitely days where I could look back. My wife would tell me that, no, this is not good. This is not good for my soul. There can be like a negative thing that comes into that. So I was just really, really blown away. So just struck by that question, how does this affect your soul? How does your job affect your soul? Then asking myself in the car ride back, is it good for my soul? Is my career good for my soul? And then, if not, what do I do? If not, what do you do if something's not good for your soul? Because it's like the career is spans from going back to high school and college. Is like, is this gonna make me a good person? Am I gonna feel good doing it? Like, am I gonna be contributing to society and being a decent person? That's really it. And it had nothing to do with how does this really fill up my body, my relationship, the outward being of my soul into the world, into the universe. Like, career is for me just not really connected to that. Like, I know it is, but it's not really connected to that. And so if it's not good for your soul, what do you do? I don't know. I don't know. I think you gotta, or I gotta think about is I first have to figure out what's actually good for my soul, and that's where, when I was first asked this question, I just started yammering. But fortunately, I was able to pick out some things that were actually good for my soul. One of the things that's has always been, not always, but ever since I started making music, is perfect for my soul. The one of the most enriching things for me. I can feel it in my body, in my bones, the way I conduct myself after playing music, creating music, performing, anything like that is just the outward pouring out of something good into the world, like just spreading that good energy. Music is just so inherently that. What else is good for my soul? I thought about today my dog. Like, yeah, I mean, ever since we got our dog, it's just that little being is good. Good. Well, she's not very little, but that big old being is just really good. I come home, not a good situation at work, and you see that big old furry face, and just something goes into your body, and you're just like, this is good. This is a good thing. What's something else I thought about? Like getting married a couple years ago. I could have never told anybody that it was going to be so good for my soul, or that it would affect my soul in a way. But getting married, very hard work, not easy, but it is something that is like grounding, in a way, like fertilizes my soul, and helps with kind of that good outward energy, I would say. And so those things are good for your soul, but those things are so outside of a realm of like a career, especially like an office job. Like, I can see a trade being good for somebody's soul if they really enjoy agriculture, or a maintenance trade, or anything like that. Like, teaching, I could see that being good for somebody's soul. But there's so many careers that are just kind of filled with your degree, and that it's a different part of me. It's a different part of me. It's not something that I'm trying to bring online, or necessarily share with the whole world. It's something that work gets, and then I go home. and that is a different part of me. So it is this kind of, it's almost like you kind of like, at times I separate my soul in order to maybe enjoy the things that I know that are good for me, or fill me up with that good energy. And I was kind of explaining that to a friend a couple weeks ago about how, there's like my work self and then my actual self, and he was looking at me like I was a madman, like I was had alternate personalities, and I was kind of like, it's not completely different personalities, but it's kind of similar. And he was flabbergasted that I could even say that, which isn't foreign for me. It's just always been that way. But I envy anybody who is able to mirror those things, that their career and their personal life are one and the same, or very similar. It's just it's never been like that for me, which is, I think that's why it's such a hard question for me to be asked, because it's kind of like you facing down the barrel of action of what are the actions that you need to take. If the majority of your day is determined that it's not good for your soul, then do you keep on doing it? I can have something beneficial to me and my wallet, but that's not beneficial to my soul. So yeah, that's the question. What do you think? Do you feel your career is good for your soul? What's good for your soul? Throw it down in the comments, or you make your own video and tag me in it. Share it with me. Smash the bell or the icon. Sorry. It's a good question. Have a good night. Have a good day. Bye-bye.